you could stop a lot of illnesses before it happened, like diabetes. You could stop that before it progresses to be, dangerous, because they'll catch it early and tell you, okay, look, this is your diet now. You have to do this. You got to stop eating this.
Right.
Or, whatever thyroid problem, they say, okay, this is what you have to do now, because you got, don't wait until it get out of hand where you just can't control it no more. Because a lot of us die unnecessarily, man, because we don't go to the doctor and get it, nipped in the bud, man. As Black men, especially Black men, we think we supposed to just sit there and be heroes and, ain't nothing but a little pain. I ain't, back in the day, your head have to get chopped off before your mama take you to the hospital. But, oh boy, that boy, you get hit by a car, man, your head bleed. That boy ain't gonna cry. That boy ain't gonna cry.
Gasoline on it.
If you don't cry, they don't take you to the hospital. That boy ain't gonna cry. Look at that. That's a big boy. He ain't gonna cry. Ain't no brain hanging out. He ain't gonna die. He ain't gonna cry. Boy, he ain't gonna cry.
Hey, welcome to KROSS BARZ, where we discuss interesting topics with an alternative perspective. I'm your co-host, Big O. Have with me.
Hey, Tanae is back in the building, ready to talk to Mr. Ballard, aka Bruh Man. Let's give it up for Mr. Ballard. Go ahead.
Give it up for y'all.
Okay, absolutely. So, a couple of questions. Let's go from the beginning, have a progression. All right. So, looked up from. No. Let me not say where you're from, where it said, because you might say something else. Excuse me, brother, man. Where are you originally from?
Galveston, Texas, man.
Oh man, home. Look. I'm to Juneteenth, or we're gonna talk about the Spanish flu. Or a hurricane, yeah.
Hey, man,
I don't know. I looked up some research from Galveston.
Yeah.
Oh, you got married on Juneteenth.
I got married on Juneteenth.
You got married in Juneteenth for real?
Yeah.
Huh? She was free.
Never forget.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Never forget how they came nuts like 2 years later.
Yeah, 2 whole years later.
But question: if you were married on Juneteenth, wait a minute. How long have you been married?
34 years, man.
Wow.
You said 34? Is it Walter Payton number?
34, brother. You've been knowing it since the 8th grade, man.
Damn, you done came back.
That's good.
How long you guys been married?
I've been married 13.
Look.
I've been married
13?
Yeah, and I've been married for 21 years.
21 years.
Yeah, we got a lot of numbers in here.
Yeah, y'all still new in the game, man. Y'all still.
Yeah, wet behind the ears.
Yeah, man. Y'all still make love face to face, man. Me and my wife, we've been married so long, we made love in separate rooms.
I hope y'all both involved.
Call me when you're done. Text me when you're done.
So now Galveston tested. So now, what does a young Black man in Galveston, Texas, come to Hollywood? How does that progress? How did he get there?
It was a process, man. I mean, I was a blue chip athlete. I could have went anywhere in the country to play football, man.
What sport?
I chose. I was highly recruited, man. Blue chip is like, everybody in the country. I could have played football anywhere in the country.
Yeah,
I chose SMU, and SMU was number 3 at the time in the nation. So I went to SMU. Played,
excuse me.
Yeah.
Whoa. They give you something, bro? I don't want to know how much, but SMU is known to, I'm not saying where you live and where you call, but did something show up in the driveway? Was it like, I'm just asking, like, inquiring minds want to know. Was that just a myth?
I just can't, it was a myth, man.
Okay, thank you.
That 30 for 30 that's on ESPN, it's a myth, man. Don't believe the hype.
Wait a minute. What position did you play?
Man, only thing they gave me at SMU was 3 squares and a place to live.
Oh,
And that's why he went to
really?
University of Missouri, because he switched the
Better
last
tell
year,
him.
right?
Better tell him.
Right. He went
I
to
ain't get no
University of Missouri.
cars. I ain't get no cars. None of that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. So,
Wait a
but
minute.
went there, and when we did get hit with the death penalty, man,
You were there?
I needed 3 hours to transfer, and I started majoring in theater, man. I took
Wow.
a theater class for non-majors, and I excelled in the class, making A's. I never made A's in college like that, except for PE classes. So
Okay.
I say, well, I went to University of Missouri. I said, let me start, taking theater, because I knew I wanted to do this since I was in the 4th grade, man, but I never told anybody. And not even my mother. So when I went there, started taking theater classes and did a play called A Soldier's Play, man. I played CJ Memphis, and excelled, got standing ovations every night. We did 8 nights. And I told my friends, I said, I'm finna go to Hollywood and hang with Stallone. Next time you see me, I'll be on TV. Went to Hollywood. The first movie I did was Stallone. Next time I see them, I was on TV. True story. That's how it happened.
That's that.
Wow.
Hey, I don't know what happened, but
yeah.
But what happened to the high school? Because when he came out of Ball High School out in Galveston, it's a lot of athletes and NFL players, NBA players. Like what was in the water or something? Because
man,
I
it was
looked it up, and it was at least 20, 25. And I'm talking about even one lady was like a NASA. She went to like
right
NASA,
now.
one of the girls. And
right now, Mike Evans played for the World Champions.
Mike Evans.
Tampa Bay, high receiver number 13, man. He from Galveston. Barry White, man.
Barry White.
Like, what was in the
Barry
water?
White from Galveston, man. Jack Johnson, the first black heavyweight champion of the world.
Jack Johnson
from Galveston, man. Jack Johnson was back in the day, like early 1900s. He different. He different. Back in the day, had a white woman on his arm, and then he was speeding through town one time, and the cop pulled him over and told him, they say this is gonna be a $50 fine.
$50 fine. You get 100.
Take this honey, because I'm coming back the same way. That was back in the early 1900s.
I know.
$50 was broke
town, man. But that's how I ended up in Hollywood, man. I mean, I didn't want to play in the NFL no more, man. I got tired of. I didn't want to play football anymore, man. I got tired of it. I got hurt, and for some reason, I always had a intuition that I would get paralyzed if I kept playing. And I always had that in the back of my head, man. And so I stopped, and I came out here, and the rest is history, man. And I've done so many things, before Martin and since Martin, but people remember them 12 episodes. That's all I did. It was about 12 episodes, and I did like 40 episodes of Bernie. I did ER, Parkers, NCIS, Vegas, so many other things, man. And but them 12 episodes, man, stuck in people's mind, man. And
why do you think that? Why do you think that? After all of that, why do you think
I think people know people like the character. People know, that's close to home. You have somebody that always, just coming in at the wrong time. They don't really mean no harm about it, but it's just like a pest, you know what I mean? And everybody has somebody. I don't care if it's your uncle, your cousin. It's always somebody, man. And sometimes, or they may even live with you. You go in there to get that last little corner of cereal, and you can pour the cereal and all that, man. You good, and there ain't no milk.
Ain't no milk.
Somebody drank that last, and you knew you saw that milk there like 45 minutes ago. You know what I'm saying? So everybody knows somebody like that, man.
Absolutely. So now you progressed to Missouri, and now my question is, you weren't a little bit apprehensive of leaving Houston, where SMU was? Because Houston
was in Dallas. Yeah.
Oh, SMU was in Dallas? I thought it was in Houston.
It's in Dallas. No, it's in Dallas.
Oh, okay. It's easy to leave there.
Yeah,
and then you go to Missouri. Now, how many brothers was there outside of the football team?
Let me tell you something. It was like it was a big culture shock. Going to Mizzou, man. It was so bad there. I had a good time. I knew some people, some of the cats that transferred with me, like my man AJ Miller and his wife Ruby and John Steidenberg. We had a couple of cats I knew that transferred down there, but Dude, let me tell you something, man. It was more races in Missouri, and Texas is racist too. But it was more racist. I mean, they came out. I mean, my wife was walking down the street, going across the street to her job. She worked at a bank at the time. And she's one old lady, she was helping an old lady across the street, doing the good deed. And the old lady asked her, say, excuse me, are you a nigger? Just like that, dude. My wife looked at her and said, like, no, are you? But it was like, it just never was that blatant in Texas, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so, but, man, I wanted to get out of that town so bad, man. Columbia, Missouri, I wanted to, you just don't understand how bad I wanted to leave that town.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Okay. So now you graduate from Missouri. Well, wait a minute. Did you graduate or
left?
You just left? Oh, too much of a culture shock.
On the whim.
He said I'm out.
Wow.
Yeah, I said I'm out. Man.
So wait a minute. So how did Mom Dukes and the family take it? Because now you a blue chipper. They thinking probably you going into the league. That's where probably everyone thinks. You're gonna get a new house, and now you go to another college, a premier college, Missouri, and then you just get up and say, I can't take it no more. And then you go to Hollywood, or you do something else?
I go to Hollywood. And I got an agent, and I started doing when I first got out here, I started walking around and trying to get an agent. Then I got the agent. Then the agent started sending me out on auditions, man. I started booking them, and the rest is history. I mean, it became, like you love to do what you do, man. I love to do what I'm doing, man. I love it. When I was in Missouri, man, doing plays, I used to come early, man, just to sit in the black box. What we doing, the play is called, black box. I'm just sitting in there and just looking around before everybody get there, man, because I loved it. I loved the smell of it. I loved the, the dust on the stage. I mean, everything about it, man, I just loved it. And, when I came out here, man, it was another change. It's like now, you have to do this thing in front of producers and directors and TV. When you're trying to get a TV show, you have to do it in front of all the network people and all that. So it's they are your audiences now until you become able to be in front of an audience. So I love the competition, man. I mean, by being an athlete, that helps because we are able to take rejection better than anybody else, because when you lose a game, you deal with it. You forget it. You look at film, and you come back the next week and say, okay, this is what I did wrong. So in auditions, you go in there, you do it, you don't get it, you say, okay, but you can't look at it like you was bad unless you feel that you was bad. Sometimes you might not be the right type, or may not have the right accent, or you might not match the other actor if they wanted, to be brothers or something like that. So, I look at it like that. I never look at it like I did a bad audition. There's a couple of times I had bad ones, but I never look at it like that.
What parts were you up for that you felt that you did bad? Like, was it outside of your spectrum?
Bad?
Yeah.
I did something for audition for Regina King, man. And it was messed up because my son told me,
Watchmen? Which Regina production?
I forgot what show or movie it was, but my son told me he had saw her at a swing dance. He said, yeah, man, I swing dance with Regina King, man. She's at the swing dance. I said, oh, yeah. So I went in audition. I told her, I said, yeah, my son say you swing dance with your dream. She said, swing dance? She didn't even know nothing about it, man. So that messed my whole head. I'm like, my son got me, man. So I didn't do good in audition. When I came back, I said, yo, man, Regina said she ain't never. He said, yeah, I don't know if it was her though, but it looked like her. Man, I was like, yo, dog, you got me, man.
But that set you up.
It threw my whole game off, man. She probably think I can't even. I did another time audition for F. Gary Gray for the movie Friday, for the tiny part.
Friday, yeah.
Now I'm in the bathroom, man, before I go to audition. So this cat.
Wait a minute, weren't you in there? Weren't you in Friday?
I wasn't in Friday. I was in Menace.
But, no, I know that. But no,
I wasn't in
rolling
Friday.
the dice. I thought you was next to the.
No. But
no, that was Green Mile. That's who Clark Duncan.
Yeah. I wasn't in that either. But anyway, he came to me. That was this dude. This dude came in the bathroom because I was in the bathroom. This dude came in there and he said, "Yo, man, bruh, man." So I said, "Hey, what's up, man?" And the dude was like, "Hey, man." He said, "Hey, man, do that, man. Do the bruh, man." I was like, "Dude, I got to go audition, man." He said, "Dude, this dude." I said, "Yo, what's up? Just chilling." You know, he said, "Yeah, man, that's cool, man." I said, yeah. He said, "Don't worry about the audition. Don't worry about it." He said, "Just do it right quick." I said, "I did it, man." I went in there, man. That's the dude. F. Gary Gray, man. He in the bathroom asking me to do bruh, man. Then I got to go in there audition, man. That just threw me off, man. I was like, I didn't even know it was a comedy. I went in there real serious with the part. And when I did it, like, hey, okay.
The damn director in the bathroom with me.
I still think about that. So both of them, him and Regina, probably think I don't have any acting skills, you know, but that's cool. That's just the way it goes, you know.
Oh, man. So now my question is, who were some of your inspirations? Like, who do you look up to as far as an actor or actresses is concerned?
Well, inspiration acting is good, man. De Niro is my favorite actor, man. I love De Niro ever since I seen back in the day, like when I seen Taxi Driver. Man, there's something about that movie did something to me, man. I mean,
wow, that was gritty.
Yeah, man. To me, I think he played like 3 different characters in the movie. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that one, but the big influence on my life as entertainment and is Bruce Lee, man. I mean, I'm a big Bruce Lee fan.
I see him on the wall. I was going to ask.
Oh yeah, man.
In the background.
Bruce Lee fan and blaxploitation movies, man. I love black. I stayed. Can you see my walls? Hold on.
Oh yeah. I see you got them up.
See what's up?
Oh, that's what's up.
That's all my stuff, man. It's my den.
Yeah.
I'm a big blaxploitation movie fan, man. And you know, I used to stay in the movies from on Saturdays and Sundays, man, from 12 to 12, watching the same movies over and over, man. That's what I'm saying. I knew I wanted to do this ever since I was in the 4th grade.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now, oh man, I got some. You don't really know. I got some stuff on. So you know, I'm because he's telling me some stuff. So I got some stuff on. So I'm gonna hit you later with those. But now, got Bruce Lee. All right, blaxploitation in Hollywood, walking around, beating the pavement. Get you an agent. He sends you out, and now it's okay. You have to develop a character, or you just going and being yourself, or you're trying to mold your abilities to the part per se. Because I've heard, for instance, Jaleel White, he created Urkel in the waiting room and said, "I'm going to do this and try this," and it became a 20-year career altering thing. So, what would of your process? What is your process of going into an audition?
Well, when I went in, you know, Eileen McKnight, man, I did it straight up the first time. Then she said, "Can you create something different?" Right on the spot, man. It just came to me, and I did it. And she said, "Cool, I like that." She said, "Let's go across the street." Had to go across the street, and Martin and the rest of the producers like Benny Richburg and, you know, Robbie Countryman, all them cats sitting in there, man, with their little hats to the side, you know, Bentley, all them sitting up in there, you know, looking gangster, you know, but the more gangster they look, man, the more relaxed I felt. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I went in there and I hit them, man. Martin was like, yeah. So, man, I got hired on the spot, man. They hired me, and this is the first audition ever done where I got the job right there. They didn't wait to call my agent. My agent didn't wait. Usually the agent will call you and say, "You got it." They say, "We want you. We're going to talk to you, call your agent," and boom, boom, boom. You know, they called him, but they already told me, you know, and that's how I got it. Martin told me, he said, "Man, I like the way you put that." He said, "Everybody came in here, man, was too Hollywood." He said, "Man, I like the flavor you put into the character."
Okay.
So that's really cool. So yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So
does it hurt you in a sense? Has it hurt you in a sense? Because I know some people like Jaleel White, you know, said once after he played Urkel, it was hard for him to get any other role because he was kind of stuck in that box. Was it difficult after Bruh Man? Or
man, I've done many dramatic roles since the Bruh Man thing. I've done many things, you know, since Martin. And like I said, I did many things before Martin. So you know, maybe I think probably with a lot of Black producers and directors, if they might see it, but like, you know, with the white producers and directors, they've never seen it before, so they don't even look at it like, you know. But you know, like the Blacks, you know, they might look at it and say, yeah, well, that's bruh, man. You know, they don't know the skill, but I have a reel. I got a dramatic reel and a comedy reel. So if they see what I can do, you know, I mean, I went to school for this, man. I mean, I just didn't, you know, I started comedy after the acting. You know, I didn't start comedy first and then acting. You know, I'm like I tell people I'm an actor. I'm acting like a comedian. You know, I can make you laugh about 50 minutes, man, but after that, you better come get me off the stage. You know? 50 minutes, I got you, you know, but...
you came to my college. Yeah, you came to my college back in the day, North Carolina A&T homecoming. You did the comedy fest.
Oh, that was the worst. I just started that show, boy. That's the first time I ever got booed, man. I was over there for Biggie. I was over for Biggie and Biggie, Lost Boys,
yo,
and Lil Kim, man.
Yeah, Lil Kim.
Wow, that's cool.
Bad boy
and it's funny because the promoter was like counting my money in the back. He said, "Here you go, man. I want you to go up there and do about 5 minutes." I say 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
I say, man, let me do 20. He stopped counting. Boop. Okay. Like, okay, if you think you could do 20, this is a rap show, dog. It's not a comedy show. I'm like, yeah, but I was cool at first, yeah, blah, 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 blah. Then 2 dudes, I'm like, man, what Biggie, bring Biggie. And I got personal with him. I'm like, yo, man, we take it outside. Take it outside.
Yeah,
Fools. 5,000 people. I'm like, hey, well, come into the stage.
Look.
That's funny.
That was one. And then the other part was like, you're in good company, because there was only 2 times that I can remember while I was in college, 2 very notable people got booed. You were one, and the other one was KROSS 1.
Is that right? Is
KROSS 1.
I'm in good company.
KROSS 1 got booed. You in good company.
He said, "I'll take that."
KROSS 1 got booed. And the bad part was he couldn't understand. Like Latifah went in front of him and ripped it down. Right. I believe who was coming? Ice Cube was coming on after.
Right.
So it was like, okay, he was like, y'all ain't feeling real hip hop. And then it was like, huh? Like you insulted. It was like, huh? And then everybody threw the little tennis balls in one air. Man, y'all walked off. I was like,
I tell that story everywhere, man.
Yeah. I held that. I was like, I ain't gonna say it.
That's funny.
And it's cool because hey, man, you're not a comic unless you get booed, dog. If you don't get booed, you ain't a comic yet. You know what I mean?
Really?
So yeah, man. And it's funny because now I've been posting, because I'm a big track fan. I've been posting all kinds of stuff about A&T, man. My boy named Randolph.
Oh, yeah.
And my boy, the other dude, what's the other boy name?
Which one?
One was Ross, and the other was Stewart.
Oh, Stewart.
Yeah.
Stewart's the runner.
Yeah, them boys, the 400 meter runners.
Yeah, 400 meter. Yeah.
Them boys, man, was nice with it, man. And I'm gonna tell you something, man. I believe Ross, man, would have probably won that 400 in the Olympics, but he ran so many
preliminaries
for the prelims, and then he had to go to trials and run so many. And then when he got there, man, he tried to chill over the line. He could have made the finals, but he tried to relax and got nipped at the tape. And I believe that cat, man, is gonna be the future of the 400 meters, man. You watch.
Wow, that's a great compliment right there.
My words, that's real, man. That boy got so much talent, man. Because I had him pick to win it. I thought he was gonna end up winning it, but he had so many of them on his legs, man. I mean, from the Olympic, from, like I say, college championships to the trials, and then he had to go Olympic. He had way more mileage on his legs than anybody.
Correct. Yeah. Well, at least he's getting paid now. He's getting paid now.
Yeah,
now he getting paid.
He big boy now. He big boy.
Yeah, he getting paid now. He ain't doing it for free.
I hope he's gonna get fat now. Hope he get fat. He's making all that money. Now he can buy what he want. Now he can buy a Snickers bar, whatever he want.
Facts. So,
yes, sir.
So now you have some roles. I was trying to match up the timing, because you said that if Martin was first, I thought Menace was first.
Yeah, Menace was first, but I'm talking
okay, all right, because you said the first role. I was like, because I was like, no, I seen you in Menace.
Yeah. Menace was the first.
Yeah, because I was like, yo, that's for Menace. Get that little nigga a drink.
Yeah. Me and Glenn Plummer.
Yeah. So, you know,
Brandon.
Yeah. Get a little drink. I said, okay. But later on, when I saw you at Martin.
The Hughes brothers.
Absolutely.
In fact, I auditioned for O-Dog. And they liked my audition so much, man. But I was too old, and plus, man, I wouldn't have been better than my man.
The Red State.
Yeah,
Renz ripped that junk up.
Wow, that put a whole nother.
He put it down, dog. Ain't nobody gonna come in there.
Yeah, listen. Yeah. I even heard people talking about doing a part 2, like Kane's son or something like that.
I know, because he didn't die.
Yeah.
And as an actor, man, he got so much better, man. I mean, I watched him in Power, and it's this new comedy thing was on. It's by Business or something he did. And man, that junk was so hilarious, man. I was like, hey man, this dude got so much better, dude. I mean, he's on top of the game, and he one of them cats that I could watch. You know, there's a few dudes you could watch. I could watch Denzel. You know, I could watch
all day.
Man, I could watch Wesley. I could watch all day. You know, Lorenz became into that category, man. I could just watch.
Hey.
Yeah. To me, I could watch that brother, man.
No, I think so too. I agree. I can watch you. So do you prefer doing movies, or do you like theater better? Like, do you like the movie thing, or do you like straight theater?
Yeah,
it's different.
When you started in theater, man, when I started doing plays and stuff, man, I loved it. I loved the smell, the audience, man, and the real, you know. And I think I would, you know, if I had to do a movie and if I had to do a Broadway play, it'd be a real tight, you know, it'd be hard for me to make that decision, man.
What?
You know,
ain't the paper different?
I think film is easier because, you know, you can always go back and you mess up, you know, but I wanted to be an actor, man. So I think in the movie, so I came out here. So I think I would pick film first, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what I wanted to do, man. I always wanted to be on the screen. I mean, I used to stand in the theaters looking up. I'm surprised my neck ain't stuck like that because that's all I used to do. Watching the same movie Friday and go back and see the same movie again on Saturdays, man.
So now
all that
picking movies over theater, I understand, because I'm like I'm understanding the paper is quite different, correct?
Oh yes, very much.
Okay, so I'm sitting like, I hear what you're saying, like for the love, but I'm just saying, like,
if you're on Broadway for a year, the paper's real good too.
okay, I got you. But
everything paid, so you good.
So what about these new sketch comedy that I'm seeing on the internet, and people are blowing up off of these little sketch comedies? What is your perspective on it?
Oh man, I think it's cool, man. It's like, you know, man, things change, man. Progression, man. I mean, you know, it's just like rap. Rap is so much different now than it was back in the day. You just have your own preference. You know, I like back in the day. I like I'm still of the 18th letter, man. Rakim, man. You know, I love the 18th letter, man.
Oh, I got some more. Thank you, sir.
Follow the leader.
You know, but now it's different. And so, you know, the skits that these cats do, if they could do them on stage, you know, far as a comedy show, it'd be a lot better for them, because a lot of them, you know, don't have the material to hold an audience for 45 minutes or an hour, you know. So that's the only thing that hurts them, you know. But, you know, some of them do, though. Some of them do. Some of them have. I was with Country Wayne about 3 weeks ago, man.
I love Country Wayne.
He had the juice, man. Yeah. He can perform. DC Fly, he can perform. Yeah, but a lot of the other new cats, man, they have a hard time, you know, going 15 minutes. And people paying $50, they want to see more than 15 minutes, you know.
Very true. And it's kind of difficult, especially when people explain what an hour is to a comedian. Like having an hour worth of material is extremely difficult. And you know, like sometimes people say, "Yeah, you're funny, you're a comedian." I said, I respect comedians too much. I'm living room funny. You know what I mean? I'm living room funny. Yeah, I'm funny with my friends, my family. Yeah, I see what it takes to be up there, and I'm not that. You know, so that's what I
tell the young comers. If you can transfer that kind of funny onto the stage, if you can explain to them why why the jokes that you tell to your family and how you are to your family, you can get that transferred over to the stage, man, it's not different. But the only thing is, it takes years to get to that level. It takes years to get to the level of that comfort zone where you could talk to an audience like you talk to your mother and your sister and your friends, you know? It takes years to get to that. Once you get to that comfort level, man, you can talk about anything to an audience and they'll love it because you comfortable enough to explain why something is funny to you. You know, why somebody riding down the street and they fall on their bicycle, why is that funny to you? So if you can transfer, it's like an artist painting, man. It's like, you know, he can transfer what's in his head to his hand so fast that he can put it on canvas. Right. You know, so it's the same thing about a joke. If you could tell somebody why something is funny to you, you know, and put that on stage and let them see why it's funny to you, then you got it.
Okay.
Speaking of that, so if you're talking about that, have you ever thought about being on the other side, like directing or, you know, coming up with your own movies or skits or anything like that?
Yeah, I took a film class and I had to direct, I had to make a 3-minute movie. And had the camera, the only thing to tell a story was the camera. You had 4 words that you can say. And I pulled it off, man, and I had fun directing it. I was like, wow, this is cool. You know, make a film that the camera is telling the story. You know, I had the camera saying, you know, it was just the lady woke up, you know, and her and her husband kiss, you know, where her and the guy kiss, and they like lovey, and he cooking the breakfast for her, and they dancing in the kitchen, listening to jazz, and you know, then he leave, and then his other dude come over, and she take this dude in the room, boom, boom, boom. So there ain't no dialogue, right? No dialogue. Then another dude come over, she take the dude with the condom, had the condom and take him in the room and boom, boom, boom. And then, you know, so he come home at night, she on the computer, she's like sleep, he kiss her, then he make a nice candlelight dinner for her and they get up and dance and he put the necklace around the neck. So no dialogue. So all of a sudden, he kissing her, going down her neck and he had a doorbell ring. And she said, oops, I don't have any more condoms. And he said, so I had the 4 words. He said, well, you better hope that nigga got one, because if that nigga ain't got no condoms, that means this nigga ain't making no money. And then the music, boom. So she's really his bottom hoe. It's not his wife.
Wow. Yeah.
And everybody thought it was a preview of a movie. They say, hey man, when the movie coming out? That was the movie though.
That was a short. That was, look, that's the ring drop in his Sixth Sense. Like,
and then at the end, you see him looking at a picture of Jesus, like doing his hands like that, and Mary Magdalene up looking up at it. So it's like, you know, it's almost like, was Jesus that way?
I hit him with the Heisman.
Looking up at it, reaching up, and he got his hand down there to like, You know, so it's like this is where this dude getting his focus from. You know what I'm saying? So you could use, you know, in other words, at the end, they made a little subtle thing. It's like, you know, people could use religion however they want to use it, in a good way or a bad way.
In a bad way.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. So now a question, would you ever submit to a film festival?
That one? Nah.
Yeah,
you know
like
what?
that
I might do it again because I'm better now. You know, that's a good idea, man. That's good. I might redo it. I might redo that. And you know, with dialogue.
Yeah.
With because the camera really told the story. It really told
that's awesome.
The dialogue.
Absolutely. Yeah. Because the concept is super awesome, but the reason why I asked that is because I went to several, and I used to go to like 3 of them every year. The Martha Vineyard one, the one in Miami. And those are pretty, as far as African Americans concerned, those are very popular. So I was like, yo, and then I seen things got taken from the film festival and went straight to Aspire and to Showtime. Yeah. And I was like, yo, I saw that 2 years ago. I saw that a year ago. And that's why I was like, you might, matter of fact, make sure we copyright this. Somebody don't.
You just put a bulb in my head, man.
Yeah. Listen, I charge like 5%.
Bars.
I'm a 5%. I'm just, that anyway.
How about I put you in the movie as one of the crushers? That's crushing.
Hey. That can work. That can definitely. You know, I'll give you something. No. I got finished. You know what I mean? Absolutely. So now, How do you feel? You know, let's jump into some deep stuff. How do you feel about Dave Chappelle? He's had a controversy about talking about the LGBTQ X, Y, and Z people.
Yeah, I heard about it. I haven't seen it yet, man.
All right, let's stop.
I think I might watch it. I think I might watch it today because the boxing come on. I think I'm gonna watch it before the boxing. I didn't see it, man. I love Chappelle though, man. Chappelle stuff is so funny to me, man. I mean, his stories, man. It's almost on the Richard Pryor level, man. I mean, Richard was a great storyteller. And he's a great storyteller, man. And from what the clips that I've seen, I didn't see where he was bashing anybody. I mean, so like somebody asked me one time, will I wear a dress, as a role, and I told him, as far as comedy is concerned, bro, and to make people laugh, I wouldn't do it because it's been done so many times. It's like an easy joke. I think Tyler Perry do it the best. You know what I'm saying? So I couldn't, be better than that. So I wouldn't do it for a joke. But if it was to help stop killing people, transgenders and gay people, if it was a message, if a transgender got killed and his story was captivating, I would do it in that sense. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like because to tell a story of somebody getting killed, and if it can help people stop getting killed and bring awareness to something like that, yes, I would definitely do it, man. I mean, no problem. But just to do it to make fun on go on Saturday Night Live and be funny and stuff like that, man. Is the only reason I wouldn't do it is because it's been done so many times, and people are better than me. I look funny in a dress. I look stupid in a dress. I'm too big to put a dress on for funny reasons. You know what I'm saying? So, listen,
no, you can do it.
And I can't top Kyler. I can't top Kyler to do it.
If Vin Rames can do it, you can do it.
Yeah, I couldn't be better than.
Like when he did, I was like, whoa.
Ben, I didn't see that, but I saw how he looked. He looked real stupid.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, you.
Yeah. But yeah, man. I mean, shoot, man. People, hey, man. Let me tell you something. Everybody know who they. If you know who you are as a man or whoever you are, man. I've been married 34 years. I put on a dress, man. What you think? I know what I like. I got 34 years of what I like.
Yeah, you got to prove a track record.
Hey, man, let me tell you something, man. Yesterday I took my wife something. I had to take her lunch. And I wanted to take lunch just to see her walk out and walk back, man. I like this the way she walked, brother. So I know what I like. Yes. And I took the lunch just for that reason. Not to take the lunch to be good. I want to see how my wife walked.
You can say it.
Bars. Walk back to go.
But you put a ring on. You can say what you want.
Exactly. So I know I am as a man. And then it don't matter, what somebody do in their bedroom. I'm like Dolomite. Like no one knows where the nose goes when the doors close. So whatever you do in the bedroom, and no other man can tell a man because ain't nobody can tell me, bruh. Like I can't change because I was born the way I am. So I feel like who you are, you born the way you are. Nobody can make you say, okay, you got to go this way. Man, I was born to like what I like. And whoever was, when you like what you like, and ain't nobody going to change you to like something other than what you like. So to each his own, my brother, you be who you are and live your life. Hey, like I said, man, I heard Jim Brown one time say, he said, hey, man, it'd be bad to die, not knowing what turn you on. Whatever turn you on, man. My wife turned me on. Women, I love women. Always have ever since I was could realize what a woman was. I felt when I felt how soft they were. I was an athlete, man. When I was 18, I was an athlete. I never messed with girls, man, because I always started getting away. And one day my wife came over my house. Well, she's my girl. Well, she was a friend then. She came over the house. She was liking me. And we was talking, man. Then she sat on my lap. We was talking. I'm like, shut my lap for. Then I had like touched her leg. I was like, ooh, I ain't never felt nothing this soft before in my life.
What in the world? She sat on your lap, set you up. She said, let me sit on your lap. We're gonna talk about what pops up. Yeah, okay. Like what? So now, all right, listen.
She's still with me.
And I was going to say that you speak really highly of your wife. I respect that. I appreciate that. That's bars on this show. And we did read about you and your wife and her, giving you a kidney.
Yeah. They just finished the documentary. They just sent right before you guys called. They sent us the documentary that they finished, and I just watched it. We just watched it. It's beautiful. They did a nice, beautiful documentary on us, man. Yeah, she gave me a kidney in December 10th of last year. Yep, almost a year. And yeah. And she never let me forget it either, Every time. No. She's like, can you give me some water? I'm tired. I gave you a kidney. She wake me up sometime at night. She wake me up sometime. I gotta go pee. Get up. I'm like, what? I gotta get up because if my kidney gotta pee, that means my other kidney gotta pee.
Oh hell!
I like, well, this is my kidney now, and this kidney gonna hold until at least about 8 o'clock in the morning. Then I go take care.
Yeah, damn.
No,
but that's deep.
Ain't going to pee at 3 o'clock. No.
Yeah, but that's too awesome. Because that's when you know it's love. Yeah, that's when you know it's love. Because if you got your insurance paid up and everything, she might say, "Nah, you go ahead and take it to the house. I got it from here." Just go ahead and take it to the house. I got it from here. Exactly. Don't worry about it. The policies are good. We good. But that's awesome, man. When can we see the documentary?
I don't know, man, because it just came out. They sent. I think this was the rough draft, and it looked good to me. It looks real good, man. I mean, I look all big on it. I gotta start working out, man, for real. But that's motivation to make me go work out now. So, but it looks good, man. I mean, they did a real good job. It's a little sugary, made my tooth hurt because it's a little, they caught me at some vulnerable moments, and other than they caught me some vulnerable moments, man. When I broke down
understand.
Times, so
hell no.
Like a lot of. I don't know if it's men or black, but just even saying that there's a lot of men, even black, or just men in general that don't like to go to the doctor. So what would you say after all of that?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying about getting healthy and going to the doctor? I don't want to get too much because you have your documentary coming, but just on that part, we need to educate.
Yeah, I talked about that too.
Black men.
Yeah.
Go to the doctor.
I talked about that. Yeah, you have to because, I tell people, white people, if a white guy discovered a knot on his leg, a white guy go to the doctor, have it checked. A black guy, find a knot on his leg, we gonna feel on the other leg and see if a knot over there. If a knot on that leg, we're like, oh, well, cool, we're supposed to be there. You know what I'm saying? So now you got cancer in both legs. Amen. Now you got to get both your legs chopped off because you waited thinking. But yeah, man, hey, man, go get your checkups, man, because once you get like, I'm 55 now, man. Once you get over 50, man, over 40, you should have, regular checkups, man, because things start changing on your body. You start thinking in your head, when you're 40 years old, cats still think they can go play in the NFL. That's in their head. But they body saying, no, you can't do that no more. No, things change, man. Yeah. So you have to go and get checked. And, because you could stop a lot of illnesses before it happened, like diabetes, you could stop that before it progresses to be, dangerous because they'll catch it early and tell you, okay, look, this is your diet. Now you have to do this. You got to stop eating this. Right. Or, whatever thyroid problem, they say, okay, this is what you have to do now because you got, don't wait until it get out of hand where you just can't control it no more. Because a lot of us die unnecessarily, man, because we don't go to the doctor and get it, nipped in the bud, man. As black men, especially black men, we think we supposed to just sit there and be heroes and ain't nothing but a little pain. I ain't, back in the day, your head have to get chopped off before your mama take you to the hospital. But that boy, you get hit by a car, man, your head bleed. That boy ain't gonna cry. That boy ain't gonna cry.
Vaseline on it.
If you don't cry, they don't take you to the hospital. That boy ain't gonna cry. Look at that. That's a big boy. He ain't gonna cry. Ain't no brain hanging out. He ain't gonna die. He ain't gonna cry, boy. He ain't gonna cry.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So now you know, we're about to wrap it up, all right? I have some questions, all right? Because I'm listening to what you've been saying, been doing some research. Now you got to pick one or the other. You can't pick both, okay? But you can say neither.
All right.
Okay? So you got to pick one or the other.
Right.
Or you can say neither, but you can't say both. Got it? All right. Get easy one because I heard what you said. Rakim or Jay-Z?
Oh, I go to 18 letter, baby, all day to ride.
Okay, that was easy. That was easy. Look, they're going to get harder for you because of the little research on it.
Now, I take Beyonce over Rakim.
Oh, yeah, we all.
Because that's my home girl, dog.
No. You're going to take your wife. Yeah, look, she's going to take your wife, but she get
exactly. Nah, I told her already. I already told her.
Okay. Incredible Hulk or Superman?
The Hulk.
Oh,
that was my generation, man. That was my generation.
Okay, all right.
That was my generation, man. They the banner, baby.
Yeah, no. Snickers or Reese Cups?
Ooh, I take Snickers by itself. But if I had to put them in, I know I take Snickers all day. I take Snickers all day.
Snickers? Okay.
Snickers is banging. Snickers is good.
All right. Now, look. Now we going up a level. All right. Big Daddy Kane or KS1?
Man, I might have to go with Kane.
There you go.
Big Daddy Kane.
That's what I think. Because
only thing, you know, like KRS-One, you know, when you're on the dance floor with KRS-One, you know, he make you think too much and you start crossing up. You can't flow good. You start thinking he's cerebral. But Kane, you can just flow out there, man. So I gotta go with Kane. That's the only reason. That's the only reason.
Okay. Like I said, this level, they're going up. They're going up.
I've had to go with cerebral. I go with KRS-One, but I gotta go with, I'm gonna stick with Kane.
Okay, got you. All right. Jackie Chan or Jet Li?
Oh man, you know I'm a Bruce Lee fan, man. Neither.
Okay.
Proof is on the wall.
I couldn't put Bruce in there. That's why I was listening to what you said. I was like,
okay. One of them over Bruce, man. So
he was trying to get you to switch over, man.
No.
Okay. All right. Okay. Dave Chappelle or Eddie Murphy?
That's a good one, man. I came up with Eddie, man. I came up with Eddie.
Grew up with Eddie. Yeah,
I grew up with Eddie, man. Eddie to me, dog, is like he's the second coming of Richard to me, man. And plus, the dude is brilliant. He's smart, and you know he has staying power, man. That dude know what to do, man. Eddie he on another level, man. He on another level. Dave getting up there, but Eddie didn't forgot.
Already there.
Yeah, he already there.
You're already there. Okay. Miles Davis or Wynton Marsalis?
Oh, Miles, baby. Miles.
Okay. All right. You're purist.
I'm a jazz man. Okay. My son is a jazz pianist, man.
Thank you. That goes right into the next one.
Don't have me to bring out, but don't have me to show you my jazz.
Oh, wait. No.
Yeah, okay.
Look. Watch the next one. Watch the next one.
Yeah.
Charlie Parker or Thelonious Monk?
Monk. I like Monk because I like Coltrane better than Parker.
Okay.
You ask my son. You ask my son one day. I used to say, "Hey man, who's the best out of Coltrane and Parker?" He say, "Well, Coltrane threw his alto away when he heard Parker." I say, "Well, Parker was the best." He said, "Well, Parker ain't never picked up a tenor."
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna lay Derek. Yeah.
Okay. Menace to Society or Boys in the Hood?
Menace, man. Come on, man.
Listen, go classics.
Menace, man.
I'm trying to catch some look like
I can't go get something that I was in, man.
Yeah, I got you. Listen, I got you. And this is for all the fat boys in the house, but it's a difficult one. And you from Texas. So, barbecue or fried chicken?
Barbecue all day.
Oh my God!
In the house, man.
We kicking you out of the race,
man. Texas, baby, come on, man. That's all we do. In Texas barbecue. We see y'all grill.
North Carolina is known for barbecue. Don't even get it twisted.
Y'all grill y'all meat. That means your
barbecue.
fire touch your meat. To us, that's a cardinal sin. Fire should never touch your meat on the barbecue pit. Smoke should cook that meat. You put the coal and the wood on one side and the meat on the other side, and you let that bad fella smoke, and it cooks the meat. Y'all be putting y'all stuff on the grill open, letting the fire hit it. You might as well put it on the stove.
We grilling wrong.
You might as well put it on the stove. On the skillet. Put it in the skillet.
Over fried chicken?
Over fried
What
chicken.
the hell is going on around
here? Fried some chicken, but can't anybody smoke no meat.
Okay. So listen, you did good. You only gave me one neither, so that's good. All right, that was good. So, like I said, I gave you some layups in there. I gave you some layups in there. So I was like, all right, let me.
Bruce, man, ever.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna go against Bruce, but and
I take Jim Kelly over them too.
No, over Jet Li, no, Jet Li different now. Jet Li been around for 30 years, and Jackie Chan 40.
Kelly, baby.
He was in the original the second what is it called? The Lethal Weapon. Yeah, that was Jet Li.
Yeah. Oh, well, Jet Li been around a long time, man. Jet Li been around when I used to watch them kung fu movies back in the day.
Nah, now watch this before that. Jackie Chan
too.
That's 40. You got 40, 50.
Yeah. Like if I had to pick between them two and like not Bruce Lee, it'd probably be Jackie Chan.
Yeah,
Jackie Chan been around, man. I mean, he was back in the day when they was making 5 Deadly Venoms. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we was younger. We used to watch his Saturday cartoons.
Man, he was doing stunts. You know, Jet Li, Bruce Lee broke Jet Li's neck in Into the Dragon. Remember in the dungeon?
What?
In the dungeon, when in the dungeon, Bruce Lee in the dungeon, he grabbed dude and he had his head like this and he like crack. That was Jackie Chan.
Oh,
no, I gotta look at that again.
Seen that one.
That was Jackie Chan.
I've seen it.
I have to go see that.
And then when he had the 2 sticks, when Bruce Lee had 2 sticks, he accidentally hit Jackie Chan in the face for real. And Jackie was laying on the floor, and Jackie was saying, man, he was waiting for him to cut. He said when they cut, Bruce Lee came over there and apologized. Man, I'm so sorry, man. I'm so sorry. Anything I could do to make up for you. And he said, he kept asking him, anything I could do to make up to you. And he told him, yeah, man, I'm going to this bar. He said, can you come with me? And he said, Bruce said, yeah, I'll go with you. He said, man, he took Bruce to the bar. He said, man, they was sitting on the stool. He said, everybody's looking. He said, man, they was looking at me because I brought Bruce there, man. He said, they was looking at me and they was chilling and
like
stuff,
he was
man.
The guy.
Yeah. He said, man, Bruce was cool. Then he said, he got up and he had left, man. He said, but I'm the dude that brought Bruce, man. He said, because he hit me in my face.
Super duper awkward. So now my question is, what's coming up next?
You ever seen they call it Chinese Connection at the end when Bruce Lee was fighting the dude and then he kicked the dude through the Japanese dude through the door and he flew out and fell in the yard. Correct. That was Jackie Chan doing that stunt.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Jackie Chan did all the stunts. Yeah, exactly. He never had a stunt man. Yeah. Some of that stuff I knew, but like his most recent one, what was the one with the kid in what is it? Oh man, Jackie Chan. He did one. That's the one I really enjoyed. The one with the kid. The kid went back in time and he was like being bullied.
Oh, I don't think
it's on Netflix. I seen that one.
That's a new one.
It's not that new. It's like within the last 5-6 years.
Okay.
So like
I don't know.
and I
like karate movies, but I don't watch them a lot.
Really? I love them, man. I love them.
I like my dad used to love watching Bruce Lee, so my dad was a Bruce Lee.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Hold on, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. I skipped one.
What?
I apologize.
We got a couple more questions. And then
I got a couple questions too. I skipped one. I apologize. I'm like, I did Snickers, this and that. Superfly or the Mac? Because you have Black Expectation. Yeah. I done skipped over that.
That's the hardest one you asked for today, dude. Yeah. Oh, man. Shucks.
It's right under the VC cup. So I'm like, hey, man.
Oh, man. I'm gonna go with I'm gonna have to go with the Mac, man.
Thank God.
The only reason why I go with the Mac. The only reason I go with the Mac.
You looked a little nervous.
Richard Pryor was in that bad fella.
Ain't no goddamn track meet. Like,
yeah. Cause I ain't no track star.
Ain't no track star.
Because I ain't no track star.
Hell yeah. I was like, whoa.
I gotta go with the Mac, man. God, no, boy, I wish you had to ask me that one. Now I feel like I got to going against Ron O'Neal.
Yeah. But no, that Mac was something different. When that mug said, exactly. Like they got too many quotables in the Mac. I love Superfly, but the Mac had way quotables. I was like, ooh.
I know.
Yeah, go ahead, Jay, today.
I just
all right. My one last today. So my last question is, what would you be? 2 questions. This is one more. What would you be without Like, who are you without comedy? Who are you?
Oh man,
without all that?
I'm a disgruntled, angry, black man that's blame everybody else from not being and doing what I wanted to do.
All right.
That's where I be.
Okay. Maybe man. My last question, guess I'm gonna ask it. Oh, what floor did Martin live on?
Well, I know he didn't live above the fifth.
He was in the fifth floor.
The fifth floor. So that means he had to live. He couldn't live below the fifth because I was always going upstairs. Hold up, I was going upstairs, so he had to live
downstairs.
So he couldn't be above the fifth.
Yeah,
he was either the first to the fourth.
Okay.
The first to the fourth.
One of them floors, first to the fourth.
Okay.
One of them.
Yeah, because you was Brother Man from the fifth floor.
Yeah, man. I remember a little quick little story about the AT&T days. You know, Biggie was I was on the second floor, man, standing up.
AT&T. Yeah.
I was standing up checking him, so he was walking up the steps, and he said, "Yo, what's up, bro, man?" I say, "Ain't nothing." He said, "Yo, man, where's my dressing room?" I say, "Man, I think yours up there, man. Mine right here." No. I'm gonna take this right here. I say, "Go ahead, Biggie, that's yours." Biggie was walking up no more stairs, man.
Hell no. I didn't realize he was that tall. Yeah,
man.
Absolutely. But is there anything that you would like the audience to know? Some things that's coming up. Make sure you give your website, IG, so people can find you.
Now, you know, like I say, the documentary will probably be out, man. I think it's going to be the type of documentary that you see at doctor's offices. You know what I'm saying? When you go sit in the doctor's room, you'll see our story and stuff, man. So it's going to be probably all over the country. But like I said, man, it's just Bruh Man _ fifth floor, man. That's my Instagram, Twitter, and my TikTok, you know, and Facebook, you know, all of them, Bruh Man _ fifth floor. So, you know, you can see where I'm gonna be, man, my next shows and stuff like that. And you know, and whoever want to do with what I do, you know, just do it, man. I mean, don't let nobody tell you you can't. And to me, like I said, in the 4th grade, you know, sometimes people discourage you. So I never spoke it, man. I never said anything about it. I used to have on my wall, and it was written kind of small on a piece of paper. I said I want to run track, play football, and do movies. You know, I always want to do kung fu movies, but I wanted to be in the movies. And, you know, and it was on my wall. And every time I walked out the door when I was a kid, I used to look at it. But I never told my mother. If she'd never seen it, I never told my friends, never told anybody until I did it, man. So that's how it went down. Okay. If you have a dream, just do it. You don't have to speak it to people. You don't have to tell people anything. Just one day pop up and say, man, you know, everybody thought I was going to the NFL. And when I did this, they tripped big. They was like, dog, I thought you was going to the NFL, man. I'm like, nah, man, I'd rather play NFL, play on TV than to get hit.
Facts.
And I'm getting hurt.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So Instagram again, what is it? Because I'm up here trying to get you, like Brother Man Flip Floor.
Yeah, it's Bruh Man, BRUHMAN, and _ and the number 5 and FLO.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've already requested you. I already followed you on there.
Okay, I got you.
On Instagram. So it'll be KROSS BARZ follow you on that. So
all right.
We do want to say thank you so much, Mr. Ballard, for gracing KROSS BARZ with us tonight.
Man. You guys vegan?
I was for 7 years and I stopped 2 years ago.
Because look, I got some good skin, man. You know,
man.
Skin, man. You know,
a lot of water.
Yeah, 5 years ago. I went back to try. What is it called? A trial.
Did you go back because of the B12? You was getting short of B.
Yeah. I went back because I went to a mini depression.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, I went to like a little depression. I was like, man, F that beat.
Yeah.
Just go ahead and start
eating. Each his own. Every other vegan, you can do what you like.
There you go. You do what you like.
All right, so we're going to take it out of here. Thank you so much again for coming on KROSS BARZ, KROSS BARZ. We on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, KROSS BARZ. I said Twitter. Twitter. And we thank you.
Thank you guys, man. I appreciate it. All right.
All right. Have a good one.
Y'all take it easy. All right, brother. Y'all take it easy.
Thank you.